Alright friends, so welcome back to the channel. I just got off of work. Y'all know that's my thing. And one of my friends was like, make us some cookies with poison. Listen, poison's good. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying that's not how we do this. Come on, y'all know. All right, so we're gonna do some gluten-free chocolate chip cookies today. To get the holidays started off right, you know, you gotta have some of that cookies in your life. As much as we're trying to be healthy and better and eating all the good things, you're gonna slip up and you're gonna have some treats. So if you're gonna have some treats, make them the best that you can. All right, get your oven to 375. And I'm looking for my measuring cup. Oh, what you're gonna need is, I already softened butter, so I put it here in my little pot thing. Mixer, come on, get it together. All right, I printed my recipe out so that I have it for you guys. And we need a half a cup of salted butter. Obviously you're gonna get your plant-based butter. That's what you want in your life, right? So this one's already softened. I've already done that. You're gonna need 1 egg. This is an organic egg. All right, and then we need a half a cup of regular sugar and a half a cup of brown sugar. So I'm giving you those as options because obviously we're a sugar-driven nation here. But y'all know that I use the cane sugar organic from Costco. I am only going to do a half a cup of sugar, the cane sugar. I am not putting the brown sugar in. If you all wanted to put the brown sugar in, then do that. You know, you do what's best for you. I will link the recipe below that has all the steps in it. And if you want to add that, then add that. Okay. So, what else do I need? Oh, there goes the oven. My friends are getting some homemade vanilla for the holidays as part of their gifts, along with the tea, right? My friends and family, so everybody needs a little homemade vanilla. I'm gonna go ahead and put my vanilla in now because I like it to kind of mix in with my sugar. You are going to need, in case I didn't tell you, how much vanilla are we doing here? It says 1 teaspoon. Friends, please, vanilla's delicious. You're gonna put as much vanilla in here as you want. Don't obviously overdo it, but you know, I put a solid tablespoon and probably a half in there because I like that flavor. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cream this together and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, we need to get a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. This is the baking soda that we're gonna go ahead and use today. Smell that alcohol. The bourbon. That's strong. Maybe I've made it too strong. Never friends. Okay, then we need a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. Here's the baking powder that we're going to be using. Y'all know that I like super simple, super fast recipes that I can put together that are healthy. All right, add a little bit of dash of that Redmond real, keeping your life better for eating the good salt here. Nice mineralized salt. Just a dash. You don't need a lot because your butter's already salted. Now, if you use the non-salted butter, then obviously, you know, add that in. All right, we need I am not going in order, obviously. 1.5 cups of gluten-free all-purpose flour. Here is the gluten-free all-purpose flour that we're going to be using today. Now you could sift this to make sure that it doesn't have any chunks, but I'm not doing that. I want the easiest possible process. All right. And literally, friends, we're done. I just have to mix this. And then if you want to put your poison chips in there, go ahead and add your poison chips. We will not be doing that. We will be adding Enjoy Life, whoops, it's upside down, mega chunks. Because why? Because we like the chocolate around here. All right, so I'll get this mixed up, and then we'll put the chunks in, and then we're good to go. And you're gonna put about a cup of this in here. All right, so all you need is just a little sheet. If you have a silicone mat, put a silicone mat down. Get your cookie scoop. Scoop out your cookies. Drop them on the sheet. Like I said, these are super simple, super easy, delicious cookies that took no time to bake up for your friends and family. Eating a little bit better, even though it's a sweet treat, is the way to go. I was watching this lady, she just had like popped up on my feed. And she was like, quick and easy fudge or whatever. And she was like microwaving everything. And I was like, bro, do you know how bad that is for you? Like, stop it. She's like, I'm gonna feed this to my grandkids. And that's the problem, is like, we just don't educate people enough on, you know, trying to do things better. You're always gonna get bad toxic stuff because that's just the society that we're in. But I mean, as much as we can try to avoid it, especially at home, that's what we need to be doing. We need to be helping ourselves. But some people actually, they don't care. I've literally had people tell me that. They're like, I don't care about eating healthy. I'm like, okay, I gotcha. All right, so easy peasy. These cookies are gonna cook for about 9 to 10 minutes, and then let them cool for 5 minutes. As soon as they cool, I'll bring you guys back and I'll show you what the final set of cookies looks like. But so far, look at that. They look gorgeous. Like, come on, beautiful. Ooh, I'm so excited. All right, friends, so the cookies are done. They look wonderful. Look at them. Oh my goodness, let's try one. Look at that. That's like the perfect cookie. Just a little bit toasted on the bottom. Oh yeah. Mmm. Delicious. Nothing like a fresh baked warm cookie. Friends, so as you can see here in the back, we've got some bananas, and I'm going to be making some banana bread. So I still got lots to get done in the kitchen. And just so we're clear, when I say that the other brand is poison, it's not that it's poison. It's just not the highest quality vegan, you know, that you could be buying. And so I just prefer to basically kind of stick to more vegan lifestyle, so as much as I can, or at least, you know, try to be as healthy as we can be if we're going to be eating this kind of stuff. So I have plenty of friends that eat the other brand. I've had plenty of it in my lifetime, so it is what it is, friends. But regardless, thanks for joining with me today. It's been lovely, and I will see you guys. All right, here's your bonus, not bonus. If you just enjoyed the front half of this video, then you will hopefully enjoy what we're about to make. I need to use these bananas, so I'm going to show you a really quick recipe to make banana bread. We've made banana bread before, but I don't want to use my vegan butter, and I'm just going to use the bowl that I made the cookies in. And so this goes really, really, really fast, okay? I need 3 super ripe bananas because obviously they're sweeter because they've been sitting around. And thank the Lord that we're gonna be taking this to work, because we do not need this in our house. We have enough sweets. So 3 bananas, if you're a measuring kind of person, you're going to need about, I would say, what does this say? It says 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I use probably 2 tablespoons. All right, set your oven at 325. Y'all know that I'm gonna add some ginger. Of course, I'm still giving the people at work some good stuff. You know, I'm not giving them junk. But they're also not gonna get my gluten-free. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of that in there. Throw about a teaspoon of salt. I like to do about 2 tablespoons of my vanilla. Good stuff. All right. This is just like one size. Throw it in the bowl. We're good to go. All right, you're gonna need 2 eggs. These are my organic eggs. The egg just got all over me. All right, so we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna use the organic flour from Whole Foods. Okay. All right, and then we need a teaspoon of baking soda and baking powder. Baking soda. Baking powder. Okay, and then it's 1 cup of sugar. It's a lot of sugar, a lot of sugar. I really should have cut that in half, if I'm being honest, even for people at work, because that's just an insane amount of sugar. All right, and then of course, if you want to add, you know, cloves, if you want to add any of that stuff, you can. All right, so in place of butter, we're gonna use olive oil, which I know is kind of like a little different for some people. And it's gonna be about a half a cup. So we're just gonna use the organic Kirkland's olive oil. And it's a half a cup, which is basically what was in here. This is probably a little over a half a cup, but I just wanted to use it. You can also add chocolate chips in here if you want. Whatever makes you happy. You're gonna mix it on low. Then you're gonna put it into a sprayed loaf pan, and we're gonna pop it in the oven, 325, and let's verify the time on that. All right. You're gonna bake it for 65 minutes in the oven, but since I already have my oven on, I just wanted to go ahead and use it. So I will get this mixed up. I will put it in my sprayed loaf pan, and then I will show you guys what the end result looks like. I will not be taste testing that, just because we're gonna go ahead and give it to our people at work and share, and I still got another batch of that to make because I have 3 more bananas and I wanna make sure that they get used. So super simple, super easy. All right, friends, so if you've made it this far, then you know we have come to the end of this video. Look at this bread. I'm gonna be taking this one over to my neighbor. Super beautiful, I love it. And then this one I just pulled out, and this one is for my fiance's work. Look at that. Super simple, super easy. As always, friends, thank you so much for joining me. Love one another, be kind, and I'll see you guys in my next video.